There was a time when survival was a test of endurance, when men wrestled with the earth and risked everything simply to live another day. But the modern world has exchanged that struggle for something subtler, the promise of comfort. We have traded the rawness of existence for the safety of convenience, and in doing so, we've wrapped ourselves in invisible chains. As Aldous Huxley once warned, a really efficient totalitarian state would be one in which the all-powerful executive of political bosses and their army of managers control a population of slaves who do not have to be coerced because they love their servitude. That prophecy has come true, not through dictators or armies, but through our own pursuit of ease. We have built our cages with comfort and called them freedom. The illusion of progress. We call it progress, this endless pursuit of faster, easier, and more convenient living. But progress, when divorced from purpose, becomes a mirage. The more technology promises to liberate us, the more it binds us to dependency. We no longer toil for survival, but for stimulation. Our ancestors endured hardship to preserve life. We endure abundance to escape boredom. Nietzsche foresaw this when he described the last man, a being who seeks only comfort, safety, and pleasure, sneering at anything that demands effort or pain. We have invented happiness, say the last men, and they blink. What he meant was that once humanity becomes obsessed with comfort, it ceases to aspire. The will to grow, to overcome, to transcend, dies quietly in the warmth of convenience. Every generation believes it is freer than the last. Yet the paradox of our age is that the more we liberate ourselves from necessity, the less free we become inwardly. Freedom has been redefined, no longer the ability to act, but the ability to consume. The softening of the soul. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." But in a world designed to remove all impediments, what becomes of the human spirit? The muscles of the soul, resilience, patience, and courage, atrophy from disuse. The modern man avoids discomfort not because he is weak, but because he has been conditioned to believe that discomfort is meaningless. We are told that suffering is a defect to be cured, not a teacher to be listened to. But without struggle, character evaporates. Without tension, there is no strength. Seneca warned that a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Yet today, friction has become a luxury. We insulate ourselves from it, with instant entertainment, pre-packaged emotions, and digital escape. The result is not happiness, but numbness. We have confused pleasure with peace. Pleasure is a stimulant. Peace is a discipline. Pleasure is what you feel when you forget yourself. Peace is what you find when you remember who you are. The subtle servitude. The greatest prison is not built of stone or steel, but of comfort. It is the invisible cell, where every desire is instantly met, every need preemptively fulfilled. In such a world, rebellion feels unnecessary, even foolish. Why fight when everything you want is given to you? George Orwell feared a world ruled by pain. Huxley feared one ruled by pleasure. Between them lies our condition, not oppressed, but sedated. Our chains are woven of dopamine, social media, consumerism, entertainment. They don't enslave by force, but by offering the illusion of choice. You may choose between brands, opinions, and identities, but not between freedom and comfort. The moment you choose comfort, you've already surrendered the first. As the philosopher Erich Fromm wrote, "Modern man lives under the illusion that he knows what he wants, while he actually wants what he is supposed to want." This quiet manipulation of desire is the new tyranny. A tyranny that asks for no obedience, only participation. The death of silence. The ancient world revered silence because it allowed one to hear the self. Today, silence feels unbearable. We fill every moment, with noise, scrolling, chatter, because silence might reveal how empty our pleasures have become. Pascal once wrote, "All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone." That line, centuries old, speaks with renewed urgency. The man who cannot face silence will forever seek distraction, and distraction, repeated long enough, becomes identity. In the digital age, distraction is no longer the symptom, it is the system. Our attention is the most valuable currency, and we spend it carelessly. What was once contemplation has become consumption. The mind, unable to rest, loses its capacity for depth. We have become strangers to stillness, addicted to the noise that numbs our awareness. And in losing silence, we lose ourselves. The manufactured self. When everything around you is designed to please you, you stop knowing what truly fulfills you. The world of comfort manufactures desires faster than you can satisfy them. It tells you what to want, who to be, and how to appear. You become a collage of borrowed impulses. Jean Baudrillard described this as the age of simulation, where signs replace reality and authenticity is replaced by performance. In such a world, individuality becomes an aesthetic, not an act of rebellion. To live authentically in an age of comfort is to resist the current. It is to embrace discomfort as a form of truth. As Viktor Frankl wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." The challenge now is not survival, but meaning, not enduring hardship, but resisting softness. The hidden cost of ease. Every generation dreams of making life easier, but ease comes with a cost. It strips life of necessity and therefore of significance. The struggle for existence once gave man purpose. Without struggle, existence becomes entertainment. The Stoics understood this paradox well. They did not seek suffering, but they refused to fear it. For them, virtue was forged in adversity. Epictetus, born a slave, became one of history's great philosophers, because he learned that freedom is not granted by circumstance, but earned through discipline. Comfort, by contrast, promises liberation but delivers dependence. It creates people who are technically free but spiritually passive, citizens of luxury, subjects of distraction. The courage to resist. To reject comfort in a comfortable world is an act of quiet rebellion. It is to say, I will not be softened by abundance. I will not confuse ease with meaning. Thoreau withdrew to Walden Pond not to escape society, but to confront it by simplicity. He wrote, "A man is rich in proportion to the number of things he can afford to let alone." That is the antidote to the disease of comfort, voluntary restraint. Courage, in our time, is not found on battlefields, but in stillness, in the refusal to let the world think for you. The modern warrior fights not with swords, but with awareness. Reclaiming the sacred struggle. If comfort is a cage, struggle is the key. Not all struggle is noble, but all growth requires it. The purpose of pain is not punishment, but preparation. Every philosopher who sought truth, from Socrates to Kierkegaard, embraced discomfort as the price of awakening. They knew that comfort dulls perception, while discomfort sharpens it. The fire of questioning burns away illusion. As Dostoevsky wrote, "Man is sometimes extraordinarily, passionately in love with suffering." He did not mean masochism, but the recognition that only through suffering do we discover depth. A painless life is a shallow one. Freedom beyond comfort. Freedom is not the absence of hardship. It is the mastery of it. To be free is to need less, to want wisely, to suffer meaningfully. The quiet tyranny of comfort will not announce itself. It will whisper, offer, soothe, until resistance feels absurd. The antidote is awareness. to pause before indulging, to choose effort over ease when the soul demands it, to remember that life's sharp edges are what keep us awake. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In a world that worships comfort, goodness itself becomes an act of defiance. And perhaps that is the truest freedom left to us: to live deliberately, to feel deeply, to endure wisely, and to refuse, in the face of comfort, to fall asleep. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.